There really isn't any future for an unsustainable company. That's the fact. It's a conclusion that's been reached by high and low, and that's how it is. Either you are part of the solution or you're part of the problem. But the shocking fact is that the vast majority of companies, they have little or no return on investment on the investment they made into their sustainability effort. But let me unfold that for you. My name is Jasper Steinhausen. I'm the founder of Business with Impact. I'm a business consultant, and my specialty, well, that is to make sustainability profitable. I have seen a lot of companies over the last decade plus starting to work with sustainability, and when I reflect back on it, I can see a pattern on how well they perform and the kind of results that they get, both in terms of financial value or business value in any sense, and the impact. And I've plotted and I can see the different categories. They can be plotted on a graph. It looks like this. So it resembles the exponential curve, as you can see. And the vast majority, and that's really the problem, the vast majority of the companies are what I call stuck in the wilderness. And the wilderness, this is where you have a very poor return on that investment you made. Again, both in terms of business value, but also impact. So here are companies that are characterized by their effort is detached from the core strategy and the core business they have. So they are doing minor efforts or bigger efforts, but it's not related to the core product or solution that they offer. You will also very often see that top management is not a lot engaged in this, and it's not part of their game. It's typically run by sustainability manager or whatever they call themselves, or a department if it's a slightly bigger company. But for most, it will be that there are a few people that are really concerned about this, and they're driving the effort. You might even find, if you're further up to this side here, that they might have an environmental management system. It could even be certified. But again, it's not connected to the core strategy and the core products. So it's efforts that they're doing that are smaller compared to the core thing. So basically, the results that they create are thus also smaller. So you get minor results when you focus on minor issues. On the other side here of this divider I put in here is what I call the sweet spot. And this is where it becomes really interesting. Companies that are here, they are on a bigger mission. They are solving and pursuing, or at least contributing to solving some of the major problems in the world. So they are thinking bigger than just themselves. It's not a matter of just reducing a negative impact for themselves. They are trying to find solutions and ways to contribute with a positive impact on the world somehow. And when you do that, when you make that shift, both in your mindset and in the kind of targets you set up and the initiatives you set up, well, then all of a sudden it becomes a lot more interesting. So you get a lot more attention from people, you get a lot more attention from talent, from clients, from potential partners. So everything becomes easier to you. So this is really what I would also, you could call it the bang for the buck area, because here you don't necessarily have to invest a lot more to get there compared to being in this this side of the wilderness. But it's a different approach you're coming from, and the return on the investment is just significantly better. So this is where most people should aim for, because if you strive to go out towards becoming a green unicorn, then you really have a significant chasm to cross, because everything becomes so much more complex if you're striving to become one of those few percentage of the unicorns. And a lot of companies that set out to get there, well, they don't manage to land as a unicorn. So for the vast majority of companies, I would guess by far most of the people that are seeing this, it's really about finding out, how do I move from here and up here? Because here I have a significantly bigger impact and a way better return on the investment. And luckily, there is a recipe for you to follow if you want to get there. And I'll get back to that in another video to unfold that a bit. But basically, it's about making sure you have the right kind of mindset, that you really have that clarity on your mission to have a positive impact. And then, of course, having a roadmap to get there, actually implementing it, and daring and being able to communicate it, on it. But more on that later. So the important thing, again, to end with here is that the vast majority of companies are here, and there's a huge opportunity, both in terms of creating environmental impact and business value in shifting and getting them up towards the sweet spot. So with that said, I'll see you in another video. Thank you.